is going on? What is going on, man? You already know who I am. I'm your boy that plays the beat. Been clown sucker free since 2003, meaning nobody can finesse me. Man. A lot of stuff is going on. Shout out to my brother David, No Compromise TV podcast. Me and him did a great Twitter space. My boy Key Mario was listening in the background. He was just chopping up listening. We gonna try to get on with him come Monday. But yeah, man, I gotta send him the link because I guess the YouTube of us doing the Twitter space. Okay, let me see if I can find this brother. Here, let me see if I can find him. I just direct messaged them. Shout out to No Compromise. Shout out to Shawnee, Erica, Tasha, Tommy. You already know who it is. 066. Shout out to Shawnee too. I just got a message through YouTube from the homegirl Shawnee. I'm always, hey, Shawnee, you already know. Remember, it was just me and you. Like Tony. Man, I wish you could get on the Twitter space, my sister. I really want y'all to get on the Twitter space because I know we would have a great conversation, man. But anyway, shout out to everybody out there. I just want to jump on real quick because I know I got shit to do. Everybody got shit to do. Shout out to the Court Plantation. If you're there, handling your business, more power and respect to you. We about to get into it. War and reparations. I'm about to get on all you bisexuals and all you motherfuckers voting with Joe Biden. And now we in another war with $32 billion going over there, but y'all niggas can't give us shit. So we about to get into that shit. Shout out to everybody out there begging, borrowing, and pleading, and doing what you gotta do. If you're finessing somebody at the Court Plantation, much power and respect to you. If you're finessing your family and friends around you, you're gonna look up and all you're gonna see is you. So you already know what it is. Let's get into it right now. Man. It's just, I find it highly interesting that, we're in a war when motherfuckers thought, Democrats, we ain't in a war. We in a war again. $30-something billion in a war, but you can't give black folk reparations for us building the country. This is what's so funny. And now everything is going to be, they've always wanted Joe Biden. They always wanted to prove Joe Biden right and say that he is right about, Putin and United States of America. They just always want Russia to be the bad guys and all this other shit. Man, fuck all that, man. Look, man, where's my goddamn reparations? Where's reparations for foundational black Americans? Niggas is tired of going to work. Inflation is a motherfucker. Nigga, gas in LA is $5.19 a gallon. Y'all go look up the gas out there. The shit is fucking crazy and bananas. But this is what happens when war comes. This is the type of shit that happens. It's about to be a recession. So I'm just letting everybody know it's about to happen again. So y'all better get prepared and get ready because it's about to happen. Whatever things you want to go buy them and get it over with and go buy it right now. Because it's about to happen. And hold on tight, man, because this war ain't going nowhere soon. And it's so funny how now they want to. I watched this one sister. She had an interview, and she basically was like, "Why is it black folks' responsibility to be concerned about black folks in Russia when y'all not even concerned about us in the United States of America Incorporated?" But it's so funny how what happened to COVID-19? We ain't talking about that shit no more. Oh, yeah. We ain't talking about that, all right. Well, I don't see nobody over there wearing masks. Oh, right, because that has ran its course. So we're not even worried about that no more. Now we're going to talk about the shit that really matter. So since we're about to talk about the shit that really matter to them, not to us, let's just focus all our attention on that. And that's exactly why motherfuckers is sitting up here talking about, oh man, the black people and they won't, and they can have sovereignty over here and all this other shit. Look, you know what I'm worried about? The United States of America Incorporated. You know why? Because that's what we built. You know why? Because that's what is owed to us. So I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm worried about. That's what we all should be worried about. If you foundational black Americans, we should be worried about that. We shouldn't be worried about Putin. We shouldn't be worried about none of that shit. Let these motherfuckers worry about that shit. The art of war is taking place. They know what they're doing. United States of America Incorporated they are the masters of confusion, as my brother David, No Compromise, talks about. They're the masters of confusion. They the ones that keep the shit going. You know what I'm saying? And what's so funny is, what I think is so funny is, now that they have let it be known that, you know what, we gonna do whatever we can, but not neglect all day long, all day strong. So we don't have to give up no reparations. We don't have to make sure that we are giving people what is owed to them, because that's not our job. We don't want to give people what is owed to them, their shit. We want to keep them in a oppressive situation mentally, because if they're oppressed mentally, then they won't awaken mentally, and then physically they'll just shut down. And you're like, well, what you mean, Warren? Well, look at what's going on. They keep having these talks about reparations, and we got to do these studies, and I say this shit all the time. Why do we need to do a study for reparations? I just never understood that. The white Jewish community don't do a study for reparations. They get their bread. The Chinamen get their bread. The Japanese get their bread. I don't understand that. Everybody get their bread, but then when it comes to black folk, oh, well, we got to do a study because we don't really know what's going on. Man, y'all motherfuckers know what the fuck is going on. Stop playing the bullshit games. And you're like, well, what do you mean the bullshit games? Well, what else would you possibly think is going on? And you're like, well, why you say that, Warren? Let me tell you something, man. Y'all better wake up. The reason why I say y'all better wake up, because they look, without a bad guy, you don't have a good guy. If you watch The Matrix, if you watch The Matrix Reloaded, when he was breaking down the system and the construct and how it works, when Neo went to go see him, and how he basically told him, bro, you are the sixth one. And what did he say? If you go watch The Matrix, go watch Matrix Reloaded. He was like, we're getting quite good at it. We've destroyed this system 6 times. That's because people don't know what they want. And the United States of America Incorporated, along with all these one world government colluders, they know, well, these dumb people don't know what the fuck's going on. Go watch Aaron Russo's Fascism of America. Go watch that. How he was like, man, he met with David Rockefeller. David Rockefeller was like, why do you care about these people? They're dumb. They're morons. They don't know what they want. So we make the decisions for them. And that's exactly what the fuck is going on right now. They make the decisions for us. We don't know who's putting that food on the shelves. You can't grow your own food without giving Monsanto's they just do. So you don't know what the fuck is going on. They give you the choice. They give you the lifestyle. Why you say that? Because it's true. The United States of America Incorporated and the elite are Donald Sterling. How he said, I give you your lifestyle, nigga. You have that lifestyle because of me. So with that being said, I think there's a time and a place for us, and I think right now is the time. I'm glad we having these Twitter spaces. I'm enjoying just listening to the Twitter spaces. I'm enjoying having conversations and meeting people and chopping it up with people, man. I feel like we're about to start getting on code, man. I can feel it. I can see it. I'm always on Twitter just listening. You know what I mean? I be on Instagram and stuff like that, but I'm more on Twitter spaces because I like to see what we're talking about. I'm glad we're not on Clubhouse. No, look. We already know the dominant society runs everything and orders everything. Let me tell you this too. We have to stop dissecting how much somebody buys black and appreciate if a person is just purchasing from somebody black, because that's a start. He's like, why you say that, Warren? You must be. Nah, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. We have to stop placing this big time responsibility on black folk that have bread. And if they might purchase black and buy black, but then they got the Gucci and the Louis on, we have to understand they're mentally not where we are. And you have to, if you flip it, what would you be into if you had that money? Would you know who you were? A lot of the times when you come from a struggle, you kind of get an identity of who you are before you get the money. And you don't know what a person is really doing, and we got to stop pocket watching what everybody else is doing and just stay in your own lane. You're like, well, why are you saying that, Warren? I'm saying that is because be happy for people. If they're patronizing black businesses, let's go with that. That's better than a motherfucker not patronizing black businesses at all. And I think we're getting back to that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm even looking, you start to see that 80s and 90s era come back, where people are starting to get on code, you know what I'm saying, not just with each other but with themselves, and having and having more intrinsic value in who we are. And we have to have it in each other first. And you like, why you say that? Because we don't. We view each other as competition. You know what I mean? And we're not, here's the thing that I'll say. We're not competition with each other. You know what I mean? But I under this impression that I feel like we think we are. And you're like, well, why you say that, Warren? Just look at what's going on. I'll tell you this. We have to wake up and understand that we are victims of racism and white supremacy. As Dr. Claude Anderson teaches, the willingness ass carries the load. Basically, the motherfucker that's like, I'll do everything for you, boss. You know that mentality that we have at the corporate plantation? We have this mentality at the corporate plantation that we're supposed to outwork everybody else and then pat ourselves on the back. You looking at a dumbass nigga. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking for some shit somebody told me. Me here, I'm the biggest Sambo when it came to that because I was not awakened. And that's what I was raised on. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, no, nigga, I thought, you gotta work hard. And I used to always look at people, especially black people, man, you can't do that, man, because they're gonna think we lazy. Who gives a fuck if they think we lazy? We built the country. You know what I'm saying? I remember going to the welfare office when I was younger, when I was a kid, just going there. I remember going there. I remember my mom breaking it down. It's a lot of times your mom, man, motherfucker, look, if you want on welfare, good for you. Nigga, mom's was. Nigga got to get, nigga, and that's some shit we deserve anyway. So nigga ain't finna make me feel bad because nigga, moms was getting food stamps. Fuck y'all niggas. Fuck whoever say that shit. And the one thing my mom pointed out when we was in there, she was like, she looked, because I was shocked, and she was like, oh, you thought it was going to be a whole bunch of niggas in here, huh? And I was thinking that. She was like, yeah, while they up here talking this bullshit about niggas, look at all these motherfucking Mexicans in here. And I remember that, and I was like, damn, it did throw me back. Because the dominant society they are masters of confusion, and they frame that narrative and they frame that picture like, oh, it's just black folk on the county. Just like they frame that picture that it's just black folk that's on crack. You know what I mean? We became the poster child of crack. And then now the opioid epidemic is white folk. So the opioid epidemic sounds a lot better. So that'll be the stigma for white folk. But crack, which is gully and ruthless, we have the face of that. But they don't never talk about who brung that into the United States of America Incorporated. Last time I checked, we don't own no boats, planes, ships, cakes, pies, dealerships. We don't own none of that shit. So how the fuck did black folk manage to get that into the United States of America Incorporated? Oliver North, George W. Bush, as Nancy Reagan telling us, just say no to drugs, and your whole cabinet is conspiring against the United States of America people and waging war on us to raise funds for a war that we didn't want to give y'all no money for. And y'all use Freeway Ricky Ross to do your dirty work, and then when you got tired of that motherfucker, you locked him up. But Oliver North walked away scot-free. I just don't understand that shit. These are just things that I don't understand. So, history, here we go again. I remember in 2003, they had that hearing, and everybody was voting for the war. Hillary voted for the war. Everybody's voting for the war. And then when that shit backfired on their ass, and then there was no weapons of mass destruction, then everybody tried to walk away and act like they didn't vote for the shit. Because everybody was worried about their positioning within running for the Oval Office. And that's when I was like, man, these motherfucking people don't care about us. And then here comes Obama. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to say this one thing, and then I want y'all to understand why. We had the black person that was in the highest seat of land, as Dr. Claude Anderson talks about. Why is it when a black person gets in office, I got to be the president for all people? That's some real shit. Now, you get Obama in office. He spoke at the DNC in 2004. We didn't know who the fuck he was. It's like, oh man, that's Obama. Oh, I voted for him too. But here's my thing. He never said black. He never mentioned black, and that's fine. But you need to listen to Judge Joe Brown. He breaks down Obama's whole thing. Barry Soetoro. And it all made sense when Judge Joe Brown broke it down. Judge Joe Brown was like, man, Obama's stepdad, was like real high at BP oil. And wasn't Obama trying to like make sure he used his authority to help BP oil? And then motherfuckers act like Obama was broke. Man, Obama got $450,000. He inherited that from his white grandmother. Stop playing the bullshit game. So how many of y'all niggas is inheriting $450,000 when they die? Even if I had a grandmother that had that type of money, I got a grandmother that had that type of money, and that bitch don't give a fuck about none of us. So I know I ain't getting no $450,000, and I'm okay with that. Because you know what? You can't miss nothing you ain't never had. So that doesn't bother me. But I don't like that picture that they framed of him, like, oh, he's poor and he was a community leader. That was just some shit that they created that kind of narrative so it could be likable and palatable to us, because we're very emotional in how we think. And we don't know how to put those emotions to the side to be like, okay, well, what do you plan on doing for us? Now that it has come around full circle, now it should be like, okay, the war is going on, but where the fuck is black folk reparations if you got $32 billion to fund? That ain't got shit to do with foundational black Americans or United States of America Incorporated. And we are always, as a country, the nation, you notice they got bases all over the world, but don't nobody got bases over here in the United States? Y'all ain't noticed that? The only place we probably don't got bases is in Russia, because Putin is not playing that shit. That's because that's where Eric Snowden is. That's where he went, because he knew y'all motherfuckers can't come over here, just like Cuba. You can run to Cuba because they know. That's why Sada Shakur is in Cuba. But I want y'all to understand this. Don't take your foot off the gas when it comes to reparations. When motherfuckers get to talk about that war, stop them and be like, you know what? That don't have shit to do with me. I'm worried about what the fuck is going on in the United States of America Incorporated. Oh, well, we got to be worried. No, we don't. We always sticking our nose and stuff, using taxpayers' dollars to fund dirty wars that are corrupt because they want to put their people in positions of power. I got this book, The 20-Point Plan, about Muammar Gaddafi. I got to read that book. And it's just the plans that he had for Libya and how he was making sure. Motherfuckers talk all this shit about Myanmar, but Myanmar was making sure his people was straight. And he wanted to get rid of the dollar and start the gold dinar. And they didn't like that shit. He wanted an African Union that was backed by gold and not backed by a belief. Because the US dollar is backed by a belief. It's not backed by gold. That's why they just keep printing money. Motherfuckers don't understand. Go look up this guy. I want you, Shawnee, all y'all, Tasha, go look up this dude named Jerome Daly. Jerome Daly, he fought the courts and the mortgage companies because he bought a mortgage and he was like, I'm not paying y'all. And they was like, oh, well, we taking y'all house. So he took him to the Supreme Court and he won. And what his case was, y'all don't have any leverage. Your money's not backed by nothing. It's thin air. You just creating it out of thin air. How you gonna be a mortgager and it's not even backed by anything? It's all digital. And he won. His name was Jerome Daly, out of Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. And he won because we're not educated on that, and we just think whatever they tell us is correct. That's why I'm not worried, man. Fuck all this. Look at what's going on. You got the Ukraine bullshit with Russia and all this other bullshit. Gas $5 a gallon out there in California. It ain't gonna be too long before it's like that out here. Look at how expensive. If you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, nigga, Las Vegas, Nevada rent is out of control out here right now. When motherfuckers want to sit up here and talk about kumbaya and let's go to a Raiders game. So fuck you and the Raiders. But anyway, hey man, that's my time. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. I got shit to do. Hey man, y'all know what it is. Reparations all day long, all day strong. Fuck all the war shit. Let them go down that rabbit hole. When motherfucker asks you that, you say, I'm just waiting for reparations. And if a motherfucker, man, here you go, then guess what? That's a Sambo. And you know what I'm gonna say? Guilty, nigga. Hey man, I'm out, man. Peace.